let's take a vote. Should I buy this car?
Absolutely.
Okay. Vote yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Jared?
I guess.
So welcome everyone to another episode of More Cars, More Problems. I am not at my shop today. I'm in Vegas. Very obviously. I'm here for the Barrett-Jackson auction where I'm gonna check out a lot of really cool cars. But before I do that, I wanted to show you a time when I got to see a really cool car that I got offered to buy. Now I haven't bought this car yet, but I want you guys to let me know if this is a good deal or not. I can either buy it or I can trade one of my cars for it, and I'm still on the fence. And I want you guys to let me know if it's a good deal as far as a project for the channel. Is it a car you guys like? And is it something that you can see me building up? And what you'd like to see in a build if I bought it. But since we're on the topic of projects that pay off after a while, I wanted to talk to you about something very important. It's this. This video is sponsored by Keeps. So a lot of you have been asking about my hair, and this is a Keep spot, but I wanted to show you guys something actually kind of cool. So I didn't put any product in my hair at all today. I usually put a little bit of gel or a little bit of conditioner. This is just straight up natural. If you take a strand of my hair, I bet you didn't think it was this long. Look at that. So, Keeps is working. Now Keeps is a subscription service that helps men keep their hair. They offer clinically proven treatments to combat the symptoms of hair loss. And treatments are delivered straight to your door, and plans are affordable, typically half the cost of pharmacy prices. Now all treatment plans are personalized and doctor recommended and include 24/7 expert support that come with a year of unlimited doctor messaging. And most customers start to notice results within 6 months of starting treatment. Now it's a very common thing to experience some form of hair loss because 2 out of 3 guys by the time they're 35 will experience some form of hair loss, and I am definitely one of those 2 out of 3 guys, but I'm very thankful that Keeps is a thing. Now to get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/Tavarish or click the link in the video description. That's KEEPS.com/Tavarish. Go check it out right now. Now this is not a usual type of video. I mentioned that already, but I am not in my shop. I am, for all intents and purposes, in heaven, in JDM heaven, because there are a lot of really cool cars in here. This is Drizzle Auto, and this is the place you want to go if you're in Central Florida and you want your JDM or import car worked on. Now, they have a lot of really cool cars back there, and we will get to them, especially the one that I want to buy. But I wanted to talk to the owner, Derek, because he's actually working right now. I'm just making stupid videos, but he has... So this is Derek.
In hand.
Yes. So you are making a engine. This is a VQ, right?
Yeah, the VQ37. We're building. Block is there. We're getting ready to put the pistons and rings and all of that stuff together. So.
Cool. So this is going to be good for about 1,000 horsepower.
We're going to shoot for 1,000 horsepower on this thing.
So you got.
If it holds together.
Well, you're doing it all old school, right?
Yeah.
So you have, you're measuring, like, how many times are you measuring these clearances and?
Literally, I measure everything about 3 to 4 times before I put it together. That's the way I was taught, and that's the way I like to do it. I'm more confident awesome. With it that way, and you know, it should be fun.
Absolutely. So you were also a Nissan, like, were you a Master Tech? Were you
a Nissan Master Tech, shop foreman, all that good stuff for Nissan, Toyotas.
So you've worked on these things before, right?
A little bit, just a smidge.
Guys, I need help.
We need to drag you away. So
hi Rita. That's Derek's wife, Rita. She also she does a lot of wrenching. She does welding, and this is a power couple if I've ever seen one before. But another power couple. Hi guys.
Hey. Hi.
Okay, let's go explore. We have a G35, G35, and a G37, and these aren't JDM cars. That one is, though. That is a Skyline R32. We have a 240Z. There's a Skyline R33 in here.
You mean a 240Z?
It's not. Why is it? It's not a 240Z. What?
They don't say Z. It's Z.
We're not in Canada. There's a 240 SX here with a cleaned engine bay. In today's market, What do you think this would cost?
In today's market, it's probably $38,000.
$38,000, and that I know what I have.
Yeah, just add a zero to whatever it sold for originally, and then double it.
You're into JDM cars, right, Jack?
Yeah, definitely.
So what is your favorite JDM car?
Skylines.
Skylines.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, you're about to get your dreams. Well, they're not going to come true because you're not getting one, but it's okay. That was kind of mean. You should see this. This is going to be really cool. So we got a 300ZX, which is a cool car. I think they're appreciating. Got another 240 with a custom bash bar, and then we got our EK Civic hatch. And this is actually one of Derek's personal projects. This is going to go to one of his kids, and this has been here for a little while, but it's super, super, super clean. Now, you like that one, Jared.
Yeah, of course.
I saw you looking at it from a mile away.
The Supra in the very rare light blue.
Yeah.
Rare because it's...
When you say rare, is it like rare or rare?
It's not a common color.
Okay.
But rare isn't valuable.
Rare, okay, it's like the junkyard type of rare. Okay. But that's a 7M car, right? It's not a 1J car?
7M, so it'll be a MA70. But just your standard third-gen Supra. That, I think, the plan was 2J, because we've talked a lot about 2J or 1J parts for it. So.
And right here is an R33 V-Spec. And, fam, I mean, I was always a fan of the R33. I love their front ends, and I love the way this car looks. And I think it's growing on a lot of people. If you take a look over here, the interior is super clean. It has a carbon fiber, like, custom cowl here. And why does everyone have the Apexy FC command? Like, does nobody have anything that, like, was made in this century?
This car was built in the 90s.
I know, but
modified in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they stopped. Every car comes from Japan this way. But I agree, the 32 hype train was huge. Everyone was on that hype train. R34 hype train, everyone always is riding that. The 33, just a little bit softer, I agree, is kind of, if I were to get a Skyline, it'd probably be a 33.
Only because R34 Skylines are, like, especially the GTRs, they're $200,000 now.
They went from 15,000 to 200,000. This whole it just does not make any sense.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense.
Cars are the new NFTs.
So the car I wanted to talk about, and Jack, I mean, just look behind you, because you're gonna get excited. Look at this. Look. That's Jack's excited face.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So this is a R32 Nismo Skyline GTR.
This thing's like a tree. It's got some rings on there.
Oh, does it?
There's some layers.
Are there layers on it?
Can you see that?
Are you already criticizing the bodywork of this car? I've introduced this car for all of 5 seconds, and you're like, oh, 10, 15 grand.
Listen, your audience already knows the cost. But,
yeah.
But these things are like NFTs now, so it's even more valuable, so the price just went up.
Well, you guys can make a screenshot of this right here, and then that's going to be an NFT, and then that can go towards paying Jack $15,000 to fix this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Of course.
Also,
yeah.
What is up with the...
It's got a couple of dings there. So.
It's got a couple of... Okay, well, I guess...
This is aluminum fender.
Okay, just return it then. I mean, it's not worth it.
Why is there a phallus on the hood? Or the windshield?
Jared, are you trying to say that this is phallic in nature? Are you trying to say that this... What's... No, it's a body thing. It's just a crack in the windshield, and it's fine. There's no... This is okay. Now, for those of you that are familiar with the Skyline R32, this one is special because Nismo kind of put some stank on it. So you have a special bumper here. You have some interior treatments. You have a different gauge cluster, and there's a special wing in the back. And this thing looks pretty awesome. Now, this is not its original paint. It's been repainted before, and it has some very, very period correct, tasteful wheels, has an aftermarket exhaust, and some pretty stinking big brakes. These are stock, so I'm lying, but in the front, there we go, there's the big brakes. So you got big brakes, definitely a suspension And let's take a look underneath this hood and see what we got. Oh yeah, so that is RB26 DE twin turbo, and you have some period correct modifications. You have a, what is that? Is that a airbox something? No. What?
That's a breather.
So that's just a breather. Oh yeah, you can see right there. She's breathing all right. No battery, and I believe this engine is no good, right?
It's got a slight knock to the bottom end. So
It's just a slight knock.
Slight knock.
It's fine. It can go for another 100,000 miles.
Runs and drives really decent, but it's got a slight knock, which we don't like about it. So
yeah, these actually had a really common problem that if you rev them super hard, they have some oil starvation issues, and then you basically need to rebuild the bottom end. But turns out I know a guy that can rebuild. Jared, do you know anybody that can do this?
I know a few people.
Okay, yeah.
I like that between the 2JZ and the RB battle, it's always been, oh, the RBs can rev higher. Well, if you do that,
yeah, they
you
explode.
blow it up.
Yeah, they explode.
It all depends.
Yeah,
it all depends.
You got to do the drain backs in the head, make sure the block restrictor. You put a restrictor so not as much oil gets into the head, and you have to improve the drain back from the head to the block.
Okay.
You've got to improve the oil pump snout. The drive on the crankshaft is too shallow, and you can actually shatter your oil pump drive. You know more. What else?
Yeah.
Breathers.
The breathers, the breathing system work tremendously, and your turbo flowback.
Cool.
That is pretty much, you work all those kinks out, and you have a bulletproof RB.
So basically, if you just rebuild this engine, like once you take everything out and you put everything in brand new, then you'll have an engine that doesn't explode. Good.
Right. It sounds just like a 7M. Everyone hates on the Toyota 7M. Once you fix the head gasket and its oiling problems, it's perfect. It doesn't fail anymore. So.
It's like a Jeep. Once you remove all the body panels and lift it, and also give it a supercharger, and then take
put a GM engine in it.
Yeah, and then put an LS in it. It's bulletproof. It's totally fine.
Yeah. And we already built one that's sitting in the R32 up there, so we could take a look at that after.
Absolutely.
It's already built.
Yeah. So
done all of those
they have already done all the stuff to this car. Now, I was offered this car as a trade for one of my other cars, my Porsche, and I am not sure. I'm still kind of thinking about it, and realistically, I am thinking about it because these cars have gone up in price, especially the Nismos, and the Porsches have gone up in price as well. But I don't think that I can get something like this anywhere else. I mean, literally, these are super rare, and they're not making any more of these. The Porsches, they're a little bit less rare, but they are high dollar cars. So let's take a look inside. Don't want to scratch anything here, but
protect the Supra.
Protect the Supra. Yeah, Jared's really concerned about that. So the interior is fairly clean. All right, so you can see the Nismo gauges right there. It's a little bit hard to see, but these are super rare. And also you have AM, you have some Greddy stuff right there, and you have some Mines gauges that are very period correct. And also a weird 3D printed cup holder, because I don't think these came with cup holders, but you got Nismo floor mats. And the interior
cars were only about driving. You didn't get cup holders.
Okay, Jared just says no to cup holders because his Lexus doesn't have any. So
or my Supra.
This interior looks pretty easy to clean, but I need the help of a professional body man because
I'm glad you said professional. That makes me feel good.
It does. Okay, good.
Well, but all you've got is Jack.
When I lie up. That's a Family Matters reference. There's a little bit of weirdness here, right?
Probably just from where it's bolted on. It probably rusted around where they ran the bolt through, and then it just dripped. You know, it doesn't look too bad. I looked underneath it, and I didn't see any like major rust issues. And I mean, once you've got it stripped down, we're looking around on it. We can see if there's anything on the wheelhouses in the common areas. But
so this isn't original paint, correct?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. There's some layers.
Okay, so how can you tell what's, you know, let's just go over and see, you know, how you know it's not original.
I mean, you see dry spray. It's going to be hard to pick up on the camera, but at the very end here, like when they went with the clear, it stopped right here, and whatever landed here,
they didn't go around the corner here?
Yeah, they didn't round the corner here. You have at the edges, you can see where there's some shininess here on your molding, where they've taped it off.
So this would be the equivalent of like a Japanese Mako paint job.
Yeah.
Okay.
pretty close. It's not bad though. Like you can see, like your edges are lifted up here. There's like dirt specks in the paint. The one thing that gave it away right away when we walked up was I saw the rings around your hood squirter here where they sanded it down because.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's literally got a few layers showing.
It looks like the rings of Saturn. Yeah.
So, hopefully there's only a few layers of paint on it. But
do you think that this would be an entire repaint type thing?
Probably. Okay. Probably you're gonna want to take it down to bare metal and epoxy prime it, get it looking right, and then do all your body work. 2K prime it, get your base and your clear on there, whatever color you decide to go with. And
how much is that going to be?
You guys already know.
I'm going to guess 10 to 15.
You guys already know, 10 to 15.
Yeah, like, 10 to 15.
Yeah, but this one is rare. So we're gonna have to charge a little bit more because
in case you damage a part, you need more money to replace it.
Listen, these are fiberglass bumpers right here. Okay, so
are they?
You gotta be really careful with that. It could break.
Yeah, it could.
I mean,
you wouldn't want that to break, would you?
Yeah. Taking these things apart, stuff happens.
It's a nice car. Be a shame if something happened to it.
You know, it'd be fun though if you do end up trading for it. You could continue making a series out of it. Because the Bentley became the Porsche.
Yeah.
The Porsche will become a Nismo R32.
Yeah.
So what's the next step up? This needs to become an F1, McLaren F1.
Yeah, yeah.
So honestly, if you got a McLaren F1 and would like a Nismo GTR R32, hit up your boy.
Yeah, there we go. But you guys can let me know in the comments whether I should get this car or not. I'm leaning towards yes. I definitely want to finish the Porsche because I want to drive it and everything, but I'm not really a super big Porsche guy, but this sort of ticks all the boxes. Now, it's going to need engine work. It's going to need cosmetic work. Probably is going to need some mechanical work and suspension and all that stuff because it's just like super tired, but it's a fantastic looking car. What about like Bayside blue? I like this color because it's like a Nismo gray and that's its original color, but I do like these in blue or like a white.
Yeah, Bayside blue, definitely. That's what I would go with.
Okay. It
stands out. It's more of a loud color. It's not kind of subtle. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I like that. I like that color, and I think that would be fitting to its period correct. You know, and it would look awesome.
Okay, so let's take a vote. Should I buy this car?
Absolutely.
Okay. Vote yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Jared?
I guess. You should convince Derek to throw that one in.
Here,
hey,
you can leave.
The only problem is, if you change the color, you hurt the value.
Oh no! Whatever am I gonna do with my resale values, Jared? My entire channel is based on selling other people cars that I've built.
How are you ever going to get your McLaren F1 out of it if you lower its value?
That's actually a very good point. Okay, so that is it for the garage section of the video. I need to know what you guys think about that car. It is a R32 Nismo, but it doesn't have all the Nismo parts. It has some aftermarket stuff. It has some Tomei gauges. It has some aftermarket wheels and brakes, and it definitely needs a lot of body work. It needs cosmetic work, and I honestly don't know what it costs. I don't know how much it's worth. You guys can probably let me know that. But I figure that as far as a project, I'd be really, really excited about it. The R32 is something I've always lusted after, and they grew on me a lot. I really like the look of that car, and if I made that into a stock-ish example, maybe some modification, maybe 300 or 400 horsepower, I think that car would be a very, very fun time. But you guys can let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should just keep the Porsche, or maybe I should just spend my money elsewhere because the Skyline market isn't really that hot. So just let me know in the comments, and I will actually take all of this into consideration because I am very, very on the fence. But until next time, this is me reminding you guys that on cars like that Skyline that obviously need a lot of work, they deserve to be built better. And to do that, you should always wrench every day. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go and lose all my money on a car.